4 hours Too Early by Geeks Trucking. The cab was quiet except for the low hum of the truck APU. Parked in the back corner of a dim truck stop, Randy had finally given in to exhaustion the night before. His electronic logbook had forced him into a reset, and though he hated sitting still, he told himself rest was good. He needed the hours back. But at 2 a.m., his eyes snapped open. No alarm, no noise, just the weight of the road still running through his veins. He rolled over, squinted at the glowing clock on the dash, and cursed under his breath. He had at least 4 more hours before his reset would be complete. 4 long hours before he could legally roll again. He closed his eyes, tried to relax, but his body wouldn't cooperate. His mind replayed the last week, waiting at shippers, fighting traffic, dealing with dispatchers who thought hours of service were just numbers on a screen. The more he thought, the more awake he felt. He tossed, turned, even pulled the blanket over his head, but the silence pressed down harder. The hum of reefer units in the distance, the occasional hiss of an air brake from another driver pulling in, none of it lulled him back to sleep. Instead, it made him restless. Finally, he sat up, swung his legs over the edge of the bunk, and stared at the steering wheel as if it were mocking him. "All I want to do is drive," he muttered. The freight was waiting, the miles were waiting, but his clock was a prison guard, and he was shackled in place. He made coffee, sat in the driver's seat, and watched the parking lot slowly change as other drivers came and went. Some lucky ones had hours and rolled out into the night. Randy just sat there sipping bitter coffee, fighting yawns that came too late. By the time his reset finally clicked over, the sun was breaking across the horizon. Ironically, his eyes felt heavy, his body sluggish. He had fought sleep for hours, and now that it was finally legal to roll, exhaustion had caught up with him again. He chuckled bitterly, fired up the engine, and eased out of the lot. The road stretched ahead, endless as ever. Out here, you learned quick that it wasn't always the freight, the weather, or the traffic that beat you down. Sometimes it was just the clock and the silence of a night that wouldn't let you rest. If you like this kind of story, please like, follow, comment, and share.